What's up, guys? It's your boy Pxxxnda here, and it's been a while. We could talk later. Gonna get into my deck profile. I'm playing Radiant Typhoon. I played the sneak peek, won it out. 2-0'd almost everybody. I think I made one misplay like somebody else, but it is what it is. I'm still learning the deck, but we're gonna be going taking it to YCS Richmond. So let's get into it. I want to give you guys the sauce. I want to share with you guys. I want to get everything out there. So let's go back to straight into the deck profile. This is literally the only, I think, hand trap that I'm playing right now. I was playing 3 Perulia in the beginning, but I just don't think Perulia is actually, like, it's really nice, but I don't think it's really good enough against Dracotel for me to keep it inside the deck. Yeah, it's good against, like, every other deck. I don't think a lot of people are going to play Yummy, but Radiant Typhoon, yeah, it's good. Whatever. That's it for the non-engine right there of the hand trap. So we got the 3 Crocea, which is all Radiant Typhoon cards, 3 Swen, 3 Elden. I do play the one the one Noble Knight card to search. I just think it's broken, be able to banish it from your hand and then have an extra search body. So it's almost like you're playing 4 of them. And then I do play the 1 Megala. I think that's pretty much it for those monsters, but I do play the 2 Shinas. I've tried siding this card. I've had this card at 1, I've had this card at 3. Don't have it at 3. You almost feel like you're bricking on it, especially if you don't have a monster on board already. Typically you can play in the draw phase, but most of the time, even if you don't have a monster on board, you just don't really want to see it. So that's why I have it at 2. And most of the time, you're always going to have at least 3 or 4 draws in one turn, so you're always going to end up getting to it anyways. Or you could just Wind Charmer search it if you crash. Phonics, Vortex, self-explanatory, monster negate, bounce. Nothing else there. That's it for the monsters. Now we got the spells. So we got the 3 Vision, 3 Chant, 2 Manifestation, 2 Ascendus, 3 MST, and then the rest is all other non-engine stuff. So for this, I think the ratio is actually really nice. Ascendance, which is used to be Elation, I think you need to have it at 2. If you only play 1 and it ends up getting banished and you can't keep recycling it, you're not going to be able to special summon your Croceas from the grave. And once you start grinding, getting that grind game, you're never going to win if you don't have a second one. And you got to play with it smart. Manifestation, I really like having the Manifestation to be able to send one of these to the graveyard if I need it in my draw phase to be able to have the negate or the bounce. It's a very, very control deck. It's very heavy control, and I'm not going to lie, it's a really complicated deck. I think this deck just needs, like, you have to continue playing and grinding to be able to understand how this deck works and how you can maneuver through bodies and fields and just start breaking boards. Another cool thing too, if you know how to like chain block your stuff, you can Manifestation send a Crocea in draw phase and then Ascendance special summon it back, which is pretty neat. Then you can chain MST on the Ascendance, so then it'll be Chain Link 1 to search, Chain Link 2 Ascendance to set back, which is really neat too. So a lot of cool things you can do about that, but that's it for those spells. And now just for like the non-engine spells, I did play the 3 Droplet, the 3 Fallens. I decided to opt on 2 Crown and 2 Super Poly. This is not that I can't have 3 Crown. I just don't like seeing this card. I honestly think it's pretty mediocre. I don't think it's worth its price, personally. I've had this at 1 before, and I still sometimes don't ever want to see it. Yeah, it's broken against Yummy. It's broken against Yummy. It's okay against Dracotel. The fact that you're leaving a monster on their board, whether if you're hitting Malulu so that they don't fusion, you're hitting Ecclesia, or if you're hitting something and you're leaving it on their board and you can't get rid of it, the fact that they're starting their next turn with that resource on top of all their resources that they're getting back from their graveyard, I don't know, dude. It feels bad in that matchup. Radiant Typhoon matchup, I think it's okay. Again, like I said, it varies. It has a certain matchups. It'll have its format one day. Right now, I don't think it's its format, but I think it's still a good card, just like Droplet. Super Poly is broken. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Going into a field and you're breaking boards, especially this deck, you need to break boards. Going into a format with this, like, there's so many Super Poly targets that you need to understand that you can, like, just sweep people. I don't have it at 3 again. Like I said, you're drawing 3-4 cards like every turn. You don't really have to worry about that. Last card is Mandate. That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to explain that. That's it for the deck right now. It's at 42 cards. I'm going to have to break it down to another 2 cards, but let's get into the extra deck. 2 Varun. You don't need the 3rd. You just never get that far. The Wind Charmer, Great Fly. Cool thing with the Wind Charmer is if you make it and you crash, you can search the Sheena, because technically you have no way to search Sheena since it's not a Radiant Typhoon card. It's just whatever this name is. So you could just Wind Charmer, search your Sheena, and then you have a Sheena in your hand on top of whatever you have on top of your board for your opponent. So it's a very oppressive play. Great Fly can add from your grave, which is nice. Doomy is pretty standard. The Ritual Beast, one thing I know about this is typically I think the only time I ever really go into this is if they ever try to Denko Sekka or they ever try to like lock you out on a card, you can at least just Ritual Beast and get them out. Banish it. The Ecclesia, the Albion is pretty self-explanatory for the Fallens. Ecclesia to bounce back, whatever. Other Super Poly targets, we got the Secretarian, Mud Dragon, the Garua. There's a couple other Super Poly targets that I really want to play, so I'm still testing it out, still trying it out. So we'll see how that goes. I think Secretarian's pretty broken too, going into the Draco Tail matchup. I do play the Gossip Shadow, the one Totem, the one Fortress, and the one Typhon. I don't really like the Gossip Shadow. I never really summoned it. Totem Bird, obviously it's mandatory. I'm really liking this card. This card's broken. And then Typhon is obviously just for the minimal situations. I'm not going to be showing the side deck because there's just nothing, there's too many testing stuff right now. Too many variations of like how I want my side deck to be for the format. But once I get that put together and I go to the YCS, whether I perform or not, whether I top or not, I can obviously update you guys and let you guys know on how my side deck ended up coming out. And then we can pretty much define the format there. But nice to see you guys. Nice to talk to you again. Thank you guys so much. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.